and welcome to Our Kids, brought to you by the Jefferson County Public Schools. I'm Stephanie Bateman. The 2011-12 school year is almost over, and though many of our students are in the midst of annual state tests, others are engaged in some pretty interesting, fun-filled, and civic-minded end-of-year projects. Plus, we have these stories from our Ballard, Fern Creek, and PRP high school student correspondents.
A 6-hour dance marathon to help kids with cancer? I am Ballard correspondent Grace Gupton, and I'll have the story.
The Wise Guys program has reached out to several high schools in an effort to help young men be responsible and successful. I'm Ballard correspondent Cassie Kelsey, and I'll have the story.
It's not exactly the amazing race, but students from Seneca, Eastern, and Atherton high schools competed in World Campus Day, the culminating event of the year-long Amazing Global Marketplace. AGM is an international culture and business program that introduces students to the world of international business. And while the students didn't have to crisscross the globe, they did get to work with mentors from local corporations who encouraged them to think big, globally big.
Welcome to Amazing Global Marketplace. What we're going to show you today is a peek, an inside view of what real executives, real business people that work internationally, what they see.
Where are you traveling to?
Mexico City.
We start in America. We have to go through customs and legal documents and all this stuff, and we have to act like we're going to different countries.
Today is the final event for Amazing Global Marketplace, and it's the culminating activity where the students who have been working through the school year to create a business plan, learn cultural norms from around the world, and develop a logistics plan, come and execute that in a simulated real-time environment.
So how was your trip?
Good.
Long?
Love it over here.
Tired?
Well, we had to go to India because Mexico ordered 50 linear actuators from us, and we needed 50 motors for us, for the actuators. And we went up there, and we had a mock business meeting.
How can we help you?
We're interested in putting a piece together, a linear actuator.
Then we negotiated a deal with the CEO and the CFO of Medico Inc. To get 50 motors.
Do you mean in general how much we would take up?
Yeah, how much would you
market?
sell that?
Right.
How much, yeah, like what kind of business are we looking at though?
Well, we're actually going to go to Japan because we have to confirm with Japan that there was some issues and see if they're okay with it. And we were talking about like how we're going to greet them and just to make sure that we're accustomed to them and that they, like, we're not just there just to be arrogant or ignorant. We're there because we want to have business with them. We're genuine about it.
And as a city that is growing and looking at itself as a regional, global community, having students who are culturally aware and able to think about careers and pursue professions in those areas are really going to be helpful to our community's future.
Well, I really want to go into business when I grow up. In our group, I'm the CEO, and so I think it teaches me how to be a leader, and it teaches me kind of how business works.
I think this would help us if we want to make business or if we travel to another country to do any type of business.
I want to be an international business, and like I guess this kind of, you know, simulation will help me see, okay, this is how it's really going to work and how I'm supposed to, you know, go about business and give me a feel about how it's going to be in the future.
All of the scenarios that were developed by the local corporations, you know, Papa John's, Yum, Lineac, Glow Touch, Sud Kami, and Flavor Man, and they come out of real life business practice.
All right, looks good. I think let's do this.
When?
This is really exciting. And it's new to Louisville, it's new to the nation as well. We're combining different concepts into one, and we really think it's going to make an impact for the JCPS school.
You're in there though. Look around though.
Yeah.
Yep.
I hope you guys are going to spend some little time here.
All right.
Being a successful entrepreneur takes hard work, determination, and a great idea. Now consider running that business and being a full-time student. Allison Banks introduces us to a PRP high school student who knows how to balance work and school.
How can a 15-year-old be a PRP student and own an ice cream business 282 miles away?
I started my business in St. Louis in 2007. It was basically just like an idea that came along. I was associated with a lot of entrepreneurs, and they were telling me about, you know, how good it was, how good the business was, and I just decided to see for myself.
As a 15-year-old owning his own ice cream business, he makes $3,000 to $4,000 a year.
Yeah, I was calling, I remember last week I talked to you about ordering the mix in, getting it in. I need 2 cases, 1 case of vanilla and 1 case of chocolate.
The interesting thing about Andre is he first came into my class as part of my graphic arts club. And he was working on some business cards for another client that he had. And I really had no idea that he even had this business going on.
I spent time talking to different ice cream vendors in the area. I mean, not only those who sell the supplies, but I also talked to those who are actually working in the same business field as I am. I built a website to, help me advertise for my business.
I was amazed by his entrepreneur skills. At the age of 15, the most amazing thing to me, though, is when he's talking to these suppliers, they have no idea that he's only 15 years old. And that's pretty cool.
I'm Allison Banks reporting for Our Kids.
The term wise guys hasn't always been the most flattering of terms, but these wise guys are different. Cassie Kelsey has the story.
It's a school-appropriate version of Guy Talk. The Wise Guys program, run by the nonprofit organization CAP, has reached out to about a dozen schools. The outreach program functions as a community resource for helping young male students with decision-making and life skills.
So with the Wise Guys programs, it helps us give them a way of seeing someone that's young, someone that's successful, someone that can come in and talk to them and that they can empathize with, and gives them a relation point where we can maybe be that positive influence.
Schools are visited on different days and times. Topics include anything from teen pregnancy to positive decision-making. Students in the Ballard program recently participated in an activity called Value Voting.
I've learned that you need to take control of your life and make sure you know what you're doing so you don't screw up. And it's impacted me as a person because it's helping me know what I need to do when I get older and how to take care of some situations.
I think it can impact me because next time I'm faced with a decision or something that I'm not really sure on how to take it, I'll try to face it better this time with information now.
So as long as we can give these kids some informational tools that'll help them along their way with becoming successful, I've done my job.
For many Ballard students, this program has proven to be an important tool for helping young men make informed and intelligent decisions and to become so-called wise guys as they maneuver their way through life during and after high school. I'm Ballard correspondent Cassie Kelsey for Our Kids.
Now let's hear it for a group of guys who definitely know how to step up their game. Cody Barner files this report.
Step teams have been a tradition in colleges and universities, and recently in high schools as well. But you may be interested to see how one Fern Creek step team is changing tradition just a little bit. When you think of a step team, all male athletes are the last thing you would expect to see. But groups from all different sports at Fern Creek High School have come together to show the world stepping is a sport in and amongst itself. Not only is the team, known as the Creek Dogs, showing high schools around JCPS that stepping can also be a man's sport, but they are going at it alone. The Creek Dogs are one of the few all-male step teams in Kentucky, and the only one in JCPS. This makes for a once-in-a-lifetime experience for all those who see their shows. One of the many advantages to having this all-male step team is the ability to perform very strenuous moves that most other teams just don't have the strength-to-weight ratio to perform. This makes for many unique and interesting performances. In late November, after a performance for the mayor of Louisville, where many athletes did a rendition of High School Musical's We're All in This Together, Creek Dog sponsor Kelly Hinkle had the idea of an all-male step team. After the performance, Hinkle approached some of the athletes with the idea. Since then, the team has practiced many times a week, perfecting their routine to perform in front of the student body at Fern Creek. Many participants were very interested in the offer, and it took off from there.
I mean, I was completely interested, honestly, because it's something I've always secretly liked, I guess, and now I have the opportunity to pursue something that is different, something I don't get to do every day.
Although the steppers are all male, one brave woman has stepped up to keep these boys in their place.
It's hard because they're hard-headed, but in the end, when they perform, they're good because they want to look good in front of the school.
The Creek Dogs create a brotherhood like no other sport can. For Our Kids, I'm Fern Creek correspondent Cody Barner.
When Our Kids returns, meet some students who are getting hands-on experience exploring their career fields as teachers, writers, and directors. And we'll tell you why these kids can't stop dancing. Welcome back. You're watching Our Kids, sponsored by the Jefferson County Public Schools. Students in Fairdale High School's Education Magnet got a chance to be teachers for a day, bringing first graders at Fairdale Elementary the Protecting You, Protecting Me program.
Our brain is the most important part of our body.
We came to Fairdale Elementary today for Protecting You, Protecting Me.
Our brain helps our heart to beat.
We're here to tell kids how to be safe and always wear a helmet when they're on their bike or in the car, where always have their seatbelts on.
Tell me, where's the safest seat in the car or a van for you?
The best way to develop our teachers was to have an experience where they could learn to work with young people, where they could teach something that is what our kids actually do need to know.
When I was younger, I knew I always looked up to high school kids and always listened to what they said.
My group taught the students about safety. They taught them about bicycle safety, about wearing helmets.
The safest seat is in the back. I always choose it. That's a fact.
Just puppets really help get the message across, and the rap that we did, that really got them doing movements with them, and the I don't trust my life to luck, that really helped them out, and they got the message.
I don't trust my life to luck.
Well, they put on a show and they sang a song about never trust your life to luck.
The safest seat is in the back. I always choose it. That's a fact.
The play was a little song so they know, to help them keep in their mind how the system works and the brain.
They talked about the song, they sang the song, and you never trust your life to luck, and that you always have to protect your brain.
I always choose it. That's a fact.
Because they danced back and forth, they were excited, they were enthused. They love being able to role play for the children. They love being puppeteers, and it's a way of my children seeing that learning can still be fun, whether they're on as a teacher or as a student. Learning should be fun on both sides.
We used a song, a worksheet, and little activities to make them rate their hand and thumbs down, thumbs up, so they can get a clue, so they can be more active, so they'll know.
Well, I learned to protect your brain and to wear a bicycle helmet anytime you ride your bike, because if you happen to fall off your bike, your brain might get damaged.
If you hit your brain, it will really damage your head.
They use all three learning styles as far as they use tactile or kinesthetic, they used auditory, they used visual. You were able to see, they were able to hear. They tapped into modalities, they listened to them, they played music.
They'll listen to high schoolers because some students don't listen to adults, so they'll relate more to high schoolers than adults.
I wear a bike helmet.
So everybody gets some.
At the end, we gave them bicycle helmets for them to play. When they're going outside to play, always protect themselves and always wear a helmet, because some kids in my group said they didn't have one. I was like, well, you're going to get a surprise at the end. And now they're like, yay, I can wear my bicycle helmet.
This is a helmet, and I'm going to wear it when I get home so I can ride my bike.
An after-school program at Farnsley Middle School is giving kids the tools to become the next great Martin Scorsese. With a grant provided by the Louisville Chemical Partnership, students are learning to use the latest computer editing and graphics software.
This little red line right here, if you just go over it and it'll play the video, and if you just want to watch it, you press the space button.
This right here, this is kind of like the beginning of the documentary. I'm just going from there. I just got finished putting some footage in here.
If you want to add videos to end, you would go way to the end, or you can see that where it ends, and you would find a video that you want to add.
We are doing movie magic. We have kids doing videos, but so we can get our technology to a different group of students was our goal.
I decided I wanted to be in movie magic because I thought I would be interested in it and that I would get to learn more about it.
We have had this movie magic program here for a couple weeks now, and we have learned techniques on how to edit video, how to add text to them, how to add templates.
And then you can go down here. This is like what I call the footage bank. Like you can just go in and then you can just drag all the footage in here, and then from there you can just go ahead and edit. Like you can edit the audio.
I'd like for them to be able to shoot videos, even if they're like YouTube videos, but instead of shooting them inside of a car or someplace to where you think about your background and your setting and to where those things can lend to your topic as well as what you're saying.
I know you should always use a tripod because if you're going freehand, it's going to be a lot of shaky and it's going to pick up a lot of background noise, and it just won't be as good quality as you would if you're using a tripod.
We just had talent show tryouts today, and we're going to have more tomorrow. I'm just going through and editing and taking out some parts that don't need to be in there, ones that where kids messed up, and making the background, if people were talking in the background, making it like where you can't hear them that much.
I've learned more from them than they've learned from me. And that's how I try to run my classes, more as a group activity. And I think it's important to always be open-minded and try new things and be a lifetime learner.
It helps you in class by getting your computer skills better. Like if you go to the computer lab or anything, it will help you be able to figure out computers more.
I think it helps me with things that have to do with maybe like technology and stuff that has to do with computers, because it seems like every time I log on to a computer I get better and better.
Ways awareness and strengthen seriousness.
Because this is what I like. This is what I want to do further in life, and this is what I want to make a career out of.
And while we're on the subject of computer software, here's this month's tech tip.
If you are doing any transactions involving money, like online shopping or money transfers, listen up. Make sure you are dealing with a secured site using HTTPS instead of just HTTP. Also, the browser should display a locked symbol when you're on a secured site. I'm Ballard correspondent Aaron Murray with today's Tech Tips.
There's little doubt that cheerleading is a sport in and of itself. Our student spotlight this month highlights a little cheerleader from Price Elementary School who's a real inspiration to herself and others.
In just her first year at Price Elementary,
she's wonderful. She's a smart girl.
An unassuming fourth grader has become a class favorite.
She's a special, unique person.
She always has a smile, a kind word to everyone she meets. She never meets a stranger.
Gabrielle was born with spinal muscular atrophy, a disease that causes progressive muscle degeneration and weakness, limiting her mobility. But around her school, Gabrielle is garnering attention not for what she can't do, but instead what she can.
Down the floor, raise the score, 2 points. Down, down, down the score. Raise the score, down the floor, raise the score, 2 points.
She came to me and asked me when cheerleading tryouts were going to happen, and I was a little nervous.
When she told her mom she wanted to cheer, I was like, really? And then her mom told me, and then I was like, whatever she wants to do, and let her do it.
Down, down the floor, raise the score.
Gabrielle is not only on the cheerleading team, she's a leader, keeping an eye on the action and planning the squad's next move.
I watch it to see the cheers and see what cheers we have to call, and if we're saying a defense cheer, and if we have the ball, then to see if we stop saying that cheer.
I thought she is not going to go out for cheerleading. You know, she's kind of shy. Like, I didn't think she would do it, but she went out and she had this personality and attitude that she was going to do it. And I mean, I was tickled pink when she made the cheerleading team.
Her father says spectators from other schools are often blown away by Gabrielle's performance. The same holds true for her teachers in the classroom. Gabrielle is in the advanced program, and sometimes students go to her for help with their work. But when Gabrielle needs assistance, her classmates are eager to lend a hand. Her positive attitude and infectious smile have inspired her fellow students.
Oh yeah, they all love to help her.
If she needs me to go get her laptop so she can type something, play a game when it's recess, I'll help her with that.
I think it comes from Gabrielle, her personality, and then the way she carries herself, it rubs off on other people.
Gabrielle can do many things on her own that her parents never thought she could do. This young girl who continues to inspire others finds inspiration in her own home, where achievement is not hoped for, but expected.
my mom and my dad, because they encourage me to follow my dreams.
She is my inspiration. No matter what I have going on, regardless of what it is, bad, good, or indifferent, she inspires me because she could have the worst day but still be smiling.
When she wants to do things and people doubt her for that, she like tries to achieve that goal.
You can achieve anything that you set your mind to, and she's actually has taught me a lot, that never give up, never stop pursuing your dreams or your goals.
For Our Kids, I'm Ben Jackie.
Stay tuned. We have a lot more stories about our kids coming up. Could you stand for 6 hours straight without sitting? Could you do it for a charitable cause? Grace Gupton tells us why these kids did just that.
Ballard High School's gymnasium was turned into a dance floor for the second annual Dance Maroon Dance Marathon. Dance Maroon is a local spin-off of Dance Blue, which is an event that happens every spring at the University of Kentucky. The Dance Marathon helps raise funds for the Pediatric Oncology Unit at UAK.
Tonight we are having a dance-a-thon. No one is allowed to sit down for 6 hours, and all the money that we raise will go to Pediatric Oncology, which is research and assistance to families with children that have cancer.
Standing up for 6 hours represents the struggle that children with cancer go through on a daily basis. So this is just a small thing we can do to honor and raise money for them.
Over 200 students and supporters paid or collected donations from 6 to midnight. Brave teachers and staff added to the fun by taking a pie to the face. Dancers were divided into teams with names like The Hunger Games, Where's Waldo, and The Voice for some friendly competition. 12th grader Aaron explains his attendance at Dance Maroon were for very personal reasons.
I know cancer affects a lot of people because my grandpa died of cancer, so came to support cancer research.
This year's Dance Maroon was a success. Over $22,000 was raised for pediatric cancer research. I am Ballard correspondent Grace Gupton for Our Kids.
Southern High School students participated in the Mayor's Give-A-Day campaign last month by sprucing up the school grounds. Students and staff spent an hour of their free time to show their pride in their school and community.
Watch out, the stuff will jump on you.
Today is Southern's Lend a Hand Day, and so the kids have signed up for various activities around the school.
Mayor's Give-A-Day, we're helping our school be better. JP, make sure you get those letters.
You never know when you're going to need someone to lend a hand to you, and so that's where the Southern's Lend a Hand thing came from, that we teach them at an early age what it feels like to lend a hand, and then also hopeful someday that that would come back if we ever need it.
We're just trying to really get involved and offer our services at Southern High School to this community.
Today we have about 150 kids that have signed up to do projects around the school for an hour today, and then we have 80 staff members. So we should have over 200 people involved in today.
We're helping Lane 1, sealing it up so it doesn't rot away.
We're washing cars for free.
The seniors wanted to do a car wash, so there's a free car wash. They're going to have a sign up there. It's actually a neat place, easy to get in, get your car washed, get out for free.
I think they're impressed by teenagers because a lot of people don't think we'd do this kind of stuff, and I don't know, they'll think highly of us for being out here and giving our time to help people.
Obviously cleaning up around the school, and then we have a garden club, so they've got flowers, so they're going to plant flowers out front. And then we have a group that's going to walk up and down Preston just picking up trash, cleaning up things, letting the businesses see that we're out here. I ask them to wear something Southern so they know that we care.
Just a way to say thanks for people who work in our area.
It's always nice to help people. Some people need help and they can't just do it by themselves.
It's my 25th year in education, and those are the things that bring you back every year. You can get kind of bogged down and, well, they don't want to learn, but then you see kids like this coming out on their own. It's their time, they could go home, but they come out and be a part of something.
It's just, I don't know, I like to help out, and I love my school, so.
It's really important because it lets them know that no matter what they do, big or small, they can impact the community and make a great difference in someone else's life, and just leave a positive impact from them on someone else, just to give a hand without really being told, you know, just volunteer their service and really feel a part of the Okolona and a part of Louisville.
In our kids' news, JCPS is asking the community to support a book drive to provide every elementary and middle school student with a grade-level book to read this summer. For more information on how to donate, please contact the JCPS Volunteer Talent Center at 485-3710. And our final congratulations goes to our newest Excel Award-winning teacher, Laura Bowling from Eastern High School.
Congratulations.
That's our show for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have an idea for a story, email us at this address. We'd love to hear from you. And if you miss us here, you can find full episodes of Our Kids on YouTube. Until next time, keep supporting our kids.